Hello, and welcome to probably the easiest Flooded Valley guide as of this update. A lot of guides got really messed up because of the changes from update 41, so I have to make a new one right after making my other one because I don't think it works anymore. Anyways, let's start off by placing a sub in the usual spot, right here. There isn't really a visual indicator for it, but you can just pause and figure it out. It's not too difficult. And then, in the middle of round 6, you'll have to place another sub up here to catch the leaks. If a blue makes it past, you just can't win. But if a red, or a 2, or 3 make it past, you'll be fine. Whenever you can afford it, place a Zeely as far right as possible so that her hand and just the right part of her is inside of that line thingy. And then set her to strong. Whenever you can afford it, upgrade your bottom sub to a 001 twin guns. And then, right after that, you should be able to upgrade it to a 011 barbed darts with twin guns. This guy is actually surprisingly strong, and he can save into airburst all by himself. Get airburst in the middle of 18 or whenever you can afford it. Prices shouldn't change anytime soon, so should still be in the middle of 18 as always. And then, whenever you can afford it, upgrade him to a 013 triple guns. And then get heat tip darts, or the upgrade that allows it to pop lead. That's kinda important. And then after that, you can chill for a bit. See you when we actually have to buy stuff. Here I buy it around early, but you can buy it just at some point before 33. Place a village just right over here, in this general area. Don't make it too far to the right. And then upgrade it to a 002 discount, or monkey commerce, or whatever the upgrade's actually called. Everyone just calls it discount. Anyways, after that, just at some point before 33, place a spike factory right over here so that the bottom right leg peg thing is inside of that panel. And then just upgrade it to a 102, get 002 first, and then set it to close. Normally after you get bigger stacks, the normal early game is just to go straight into a spiked balls with an alk buff for round 40, but because too many people have complained about that, we're going to be doing a slightly different one. In the middle of 35, place a wizard right over here above your spike factory as bottom right as possible, and then just upgrade it to a 110 guided magic with fireball. I don't think there's much RNG on 35. There might be a little bit. I haven't really encountered it though, and if your placements are good, you shouldn't encounter it either. And then before 36, just get Wall of Fire. That's basically it for the early game. I'll see you when we actually have to do more things. This setup kinda just carries until round 40. I buy Dragon Breath here before round 39. I'm not sure if you have to do it right now, but I just do it now, just to be 100% safe. And then, in preparation for round 40, place an Alchemist right above your village. This guy will be used to buff the Prince of Darkness later, and then after round 39 ends, it's very important that you do it after round 39 ends, upgrade it to a 300 Berserker Brew, and then move your Wall of Fire down here. Boom. The Moab has been deleted. And then, you might be wondering, where's our good camo detection? Because we don't really have any. We will soon. Place a 103 Shimmer, already stealing the alk buff from your Dragon's Breath, which is kind of sad. Yeah, but we need the Shimmer already. And then, I guess you can get 203, but I don't think that's needed for these next few rounds. Just get it at some point after you get Necromancer. And then, after 43, move your Wall of Fire into the middle, just as middle as you can. And then upgrade that Shimmer to Necromancer. And now, just the final few touches before we start saving up for the Prince of Darkness. Get Jungle Drums on your village, and upgrade your Alchemist to a 420 Stronger Stimulant with Perishing Potions. And now that we've afforded this, you don't actually have to do anything until round 60, so I'll see you then. Round 60, pretty simple. Just use hacks. Just use the Zeely's hacks. That's all you have to do. The round deletes itself. Yeah. And then after 61, you should be able to afford the Prince of Darkness. Or in the middle of 62. You'll be able to afford Prince of Darkness, and this guy will basically carry us for the rest of the game. That's kinda nice. Prince of Darkness absolutely dominates this map. It's crazy. I don't think it should be this good, but it is. Because it's so overpowered, you can chill for a few rounds, so I'll see you when we actually have to do something. I even turn on auto start here and go AFK for a bit. In preparation for later rounds, I place a 240 Spike Storm right over here below the other Spike Factory from earlier. This guy will end up becoming our Carpet of Spikes and will be our main ZOMG damage for the late game. But we can start building into him now for one round. 76. 76 can really cause some problems. Oh yeah, that was just me taking a break and doing something else in the middle of the run, don't worry about it. That's not important. The transition between 74 and 75 can cause a few small problems because the Prince of Darkness's graveyard gets spent on basically nothing, and it's almost empty going into 75. So, if it's basically empty and it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to pop open a BFB, just use a Hex. That simple. Like here, it almost runs out for me. I don't use a Hex, but I end up being fine. If you'd like to use a Hex, feel free to do that. Most times it should not be needed though. I'd recommend that you use the Spike Storm on 76 just to prevent any RNG that can happen that round. 76 does usually have some RNG with the Prince of Darkness strategy, but using a Spike Storm just makes it not exist. So, yeah, that's neat. Anyways, I'll see you on round 80. Round 80 will be defeated by the press of a button, the Spike Storm, or the Hex. Really depends on which one you want to use. At the start of 83, you should be able to afford the Carpet of Spikes. As I said earlier, this guy will be the main ZOMG and a little bit of DDT damage for our run. If you want to place him now, you can, but above your Prince of Darkness, still in range of the village, you can start building into what will be our Spirit of the Forest later this run. Yes, I know these are the three most generic tier 5s for this map, but I don't really care, as this was just to be, the entire point of this was just to be easy and to update proof. Spirit of the Forest really only matters on round 98, which makes sense, that round is scary. Round 94 is pretty simple. All you gotta do, just use a hex once the ZOMGs kind of start turning downward. You might have to guess a little bit because Prince of Darkness blocks your view. That's fine. You can also use a Spike Storm if you feel scared for whatever reason. Usually isn't needed though. 95 gets absolutely demolished because we just so happen to have two of the best anti-DDT tier 5s in the entire game. So, yeah, that's gonna happen. The beginning of 96 will get absolutely wrecked by our two strong tier 5s, and then we'll be able to afford our Spirit of the Forest right in the middle of the round. This guy is mostly for 98, and I guess he helps a little bit on 99, but he mostly helps on 98. I'd recommend not using any abilities for the ZOMGs on 96. 97 should get absolutely destroyed by a single Carpet of Spikes. 98 is pretty simple. All you gotta do, use Hex at about the same time as you did on 94. So just whenever the ZOMGs start to turn down. If you did this correctly, Hex should just wipe out basically everything in the round, and you should win really easily. If you don't have spikes at the beginning of the round, use a Spike Storm like I do here to prevent a painful death on 99. And then, because it's Carpet of Spikes, round 100 absolutely gets murdered. So, yeah, that's nice. Anyways, I hope this guide helped you out a lot. Have a nice rest of your day. Goodbye. Update 41 ruined like half of my guides. I need to make new guides for every map. Ah!